welcome to Who, What, When, Where, and Why We Do in the Shadows. I'm your host, as always, Bryan Dressel. Very excited to start talking about this show. With me, as sometimes always, we have Joel Count Van Count DeWitte.
You know, I've always wanted 3 middle names. So, thank you for making a wish fulfilled. Yeah.
And now you're going to be really good at counting, right? Right?
I have 2 children, 1 wife, 1 dog, 1 cat, 2 hamsters, and a frog.
That's the nickname already makes sense.
1 frog.
I'm so happy with that name. We also have, this one's ridiculous, Matt, Zombie Dog, Count Duckula Dykes.
I loved that show.
I think I'm pretty sure I watched that show, and I'm pretty certain that it was an actor called David Jason who did the voice. And he was in Only Fools and Horses, which is it's a British sitcom. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it or seen it, but it's one of the most popular British sitcoms. You know, next to Fawlty Towers, it's usually number 2 on British sitcom lists.
I haven't seen
I'm
Fawlty
pretty sure
Towers either.
Really?
No. I've heard of it. I'm not totally out of it. I just haven't watched it.
Oh, we'll have to do a series on it.
Maybe. Before we get too far into whatever that was, we also have... I'm trying to figure out how I want to mispronounce your name, and now I'm just no, I'm not going to do it. We have Drew Claudia Staton. Did I get it right?
Yeah.
Yeah!
And from here on out, it will be incorrectly pronounced.
Claudia. I'll take it.
Do you remember who Claudia is?
Claudia. Wait, in the
Schiffer?
show?
No, she is. The movie she's in is referenced in the show. You're Kirsten Dunst.
Oh, God, that's right. Yeah, God, you get bit at 8 years old, you stay 8 years old.
Yep. What a weird character in that movie. And I guess book. I never read the book.
I mean, it's Anne Rice, so it's weird characters abound.
That's very fair, especially in that.
I'd be happy
series.
getting bit now.
I mean, I feel bad for anyone who gets bit in their 90s, like in the movie we talked about last week. We didn't talk about that poor woman at all.
Oh my God.
I love the age difference joke there, though. I think it's brilliant.
I know.
So you think that she has cataracts and a bunch of health problems in spite of being a vampire? She's.
Yeah, do you think she still goes for the 4 p.m. buffet? She just can't help herself?
I think she'd burst into
she'd
flames.
turn to dust then. She'd have to wait at least till 6.
Oh, yeah. She just go for no more early bird discounts for her. What a bummer.
That's about as bad as not getting chips.
That's fair. Fuck being a vampire if you can't have chips.
The blood vomit.
Oh, boy. So after that movie came out
chip.
to a rip-roaring success and everybody loved it, they eventually greenlit a TV show that they shot the pilot in L.A. I actually know a few people who worked on it, and then they moved to New York, and they don't work on it anymore, which is sad for them, but the show is still great, so who cares? It took me a minute to get to the show, if I'm being honest, because I mentioned last week I'm not a big fan of the movie to TV show transition. I haven't loved really any of them. So I'm I'll watch it eventually. Then eventually, it was season 2 was coming out, or they'd been greenlit for season 2. Then started filming it. I'm all right, if they got a season 2, I should give it a shot. And I've been obsessed with this show ever since. And I would say we talked about it a lot when we did Venture Brothers way back in the day. The pilots, you usually look at the pilot's going to be the worst episode, but if the pilot's good, then you know how good the rest will be. But if the pilot's terrible, that doesn't mean the show will be bad. I think the pilot for this show is pretty much on par with the rest of the show. The pilot is phenomenal. I love the first episode of this show. I hope you guys are on the same page with me.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, of what I've seen, I absolutely love it. And I've only seen the first episode.
Yeah.
So if this is the worst episode, I will love it.
I can honestly say, having watched this entire thing 3 times, I don't think there's a bad show here. I don't think there's a bad episode in the bunch. There might be one or two that I might not laugh as much at. But as far as like quality episodes or quality characters, things that carry through from beginning to end, it's all here, and it's always good. I'm curious to see what happens in season 3 whenever we get there, when it comes out, because Jermaine Clement is no longer involved in season 3 because he had to go do his own stuff. So I wonder, with losing him behind the camera, if there'll be any sort of drip or drop off, and I'm hoping not, but we'll see. But at least for the meantime, we do have these 2 seasons that are comedy gold. Matt, do you want to do a very quick breakdown of what happens in this episode?
Yeah, so it's actually starts off very similar to the film. They have a meeting. There's a lot of like discussions, like sarcastic comments about why they have to have the meeting in a certain room and all this stuff. And it's announced. He reads this letter, and the Baron Afananas. Afananas. Baron Afananas is coming to visit them, and they should have turned. Basically, they should have taken over America, but it's fucking huge. So they haven't managed to do that. So it's basically about them preparing for his arrival. You're introduced to the new vampires. There's Nandor, he's kind of the Viago of the series, really. And then you've got Laszlo and Nadja, who they're kind of both a little bit like Vlad in some respects, and a bit like Deacon as well. But they are their own sort of like separate character. They're their own characters, basically. And then there is Colin Robinson, who is a energy draining vampire who just bores people to death.
Well, he doesn't kill them. He just basically bores them to sleep, and then they wake up later. Or he couldn't use his office as a hunting ground.
That's true.
The face that he gets when he feeds is just fantastic.
The episode next week where he has to go to a city hall thing is one of the funniest. The look on his face, it's just the best.
Oh, God.
But yeah, so basically the whole episode is around them preparing for the Baron's arrival. The Baron arrives. He comes out. He murders Laszlo and Nadja's familiar, and notices the camera crew, and has to be told that it's a documentary. And then he goes to sleep for a bit of a rest, and in the end credits tag, we see a ray of sunlight coming through the attic roof straight onto the Baron's coffin.
Yeah, they're the best vampires. I think that's kind of where I want to start with this show, is like, especially coming off of last week's where we talk about the movie, where they're very silly vampires, but they've gotten their life in order, is kind of how I would describe them from last week. Like they know how to make their life work. The vampires in the TV show are just fucking goofballs.
Yep.
In like the best way possible. Nandor the Relentless is possibly my favorite character on TV right now. Like he's so goddamn funny, and it's just everything he does. So if you're not familiar with me and the show very much, my wife works in the industry. She works in set deck, so she dresses sets. If you ever watch a movie that she's worked on, she's done some set deck in it. She references this show every fucking time she has to go get crepe paper, because she can't help herself, and she has to then stop the crew to show them the clip from the show. They're like, oh, can you get some crepe paper? Creepy paper. Like, what are you talking about? She's like, I gotta show you. Like,
creepy paper.
And I love that he just hangs
paper.
Up little bits of
Multi-pack.
crepe paper. When you finally get to the attic and there's just little bits of crepe paper hung around, it's like, get this shit down. It's creepy paper.
Should have been human skin.
It's crepe paper.
Like, I love Nandor so much, and that's not to take anything away from any of the other ones. Like Nadja, the girl who plays Nadja, Natasha. I come here for butchered last names, everyone. Natasha Demetrio, I believe, is as close as I'm gonna get.
Yeah, I think that's right.
She's not like a known actor. She's done improv in New York. She's done a few bit parts here and there. This is a big get for her, and she's fucking crushing it. She is so funny on this show. That the scene she has with Jeff Suckler it still almost makes me cry when she's, oh, Gregor, Jeff, Jeff
Really?
Suckler, really?
Oh, new Grego.
Like-
Grego Jeff.
Oh my god, that is a perfect. Okay, so not to spoil anything, but like she actually spoils it because she talks about him getting decapitated. Like when the window just kind of slams shut, and that's the only thing that happens. Like they cut back to the window slamming shut and his reaction to it. Like that is a perfect example of a setup for a joke that these guys fucking kill all the time. It's just, but like, and you forget about it,
Oh yeah.
and then it happens. Like it's so good.
Like, because like, I don't feel that bad spoiling. I mean, you guys might remember, but we're talking about a joke. I mean, the end of the season. Like, we have weeks and weeks and weeks of shows until we get to what we're talking about. You have plenty of time to forget about it. And Jeff isn't a major character in the show. He shows up I think, 3 or 4 times.
He's in 4 episodes. But it's just like, I'm just gonna put this little kernel of corn right here and see if it takes. Oh, it's seeding. Cool. We'll come back to that in a month and a half.
Yeah. But even the guy who plays Jeff is fucking hilarious. Like the way he's like still somewhat drawn to this insane woman. Like it works. Like I just love the okay, yeah, whatever, but give me your number so we can do this again. He's just cool with it.
Oh, good.
But if with those two aside, the one person I knew going into this show, and I think most of us did in some way or another, was Matt Berry.
Yeah.
Matt Berry, absolutely.
Joel was the only one. I'm not sure if you'd seen anything with him. Had you?
Don't believe so, no.
Okay. So Matt Berry is huge over in Matt's part of the world.
He is.
And then he's so big over there that he's actually somewhat big over here. Like he's just so funny while not really being in any U.S. stuff. Like he pops up every now and then. He's actually played a bad guy a few times, like fairly well.
Yeah,
like, not
he's
funny at all.
like he's in Community. He plays the grifting professor.
Yes, I remember that.
Oh, okay,
Like
yeah.
he shows up there. Fucking IT crowd, obviously. Like
Yeah.
that's the first time I remember seeing him. He comes in as the son of the man who he is easily the same age as. But like his character is completely like culminated when he's like he has a meeting with Jen, and then like she walks out and he's like, wonder what's in this desk. Pulls a drawer, a gun, and pulls it out and just puts it in front of him, and then slam cut to something else. Like
I love.
it's just it.
I'm
Oh,
sorry, Drew.
God.
You
I
forgot
love
one
him
key
so
moment
much.
in that scene where he goes, "A gun! I wonder if it's loaded," and puts it in his mouth
Loaded.
and pulls the trigger
Click.
like 6 times.
I love Matt Berry. So I was a huge fan of Chris Morris as the boss in IT Crowd, and when did you see the episode where he dies? I was thinking, oh, what? Hang on a minute, how are they going to replace Chris Morris as the boss? He's amazing as the boss, and then Matt fucking Berry comes through in the church, and I'm like, that's how they're going to do it. Okay.
That's how they're gonna do it.
That'll work.
Father.
Oh God.
But so Matt Berry was like the get for this show, at least in my book. As like a fan of the movie, like I was like, okay, well Matt Berry's in it. I guess I should give it a shot at some point. And then when you sit down to watch it, it's like, oh yeah, he's still the funniest fucking thing here. Like maybe not the funniest. They're all so good in it. But Matt Berry is still very much Matt Berry. And there's something that he can do better than most people where he doesn't really change who he plays that much.
Yeah.
But he's still a totally different character.
It's like it's the way he pronounces words. I think that's key to like his characterization. Every time he plays a character, he's very sort of like, you know, in this show it's bat. Like, you know, the way he says things. It's got very sort of energetic, exuberant, you know, big way of sort of saying things. And
Thanking
that's
you.
Yeah. It's just that's key to how what makes him so funny, I think, and the fact that he does in all these very different characters, and they do feel like very different characters, but he's still speaking in that same sort of intonation. It's a real sort of like credit to him as a performer that he can be these very separate characters, but basically speak exactly the same.
Yeah. Because it is just like, how could Matt Berry be funny as this character? And like, I never question whether or not it's Matt Berry or Laszlo. Like he does a very good job like making the Laszlo character work. And even keeping that character with Nadia and like joking about the fact that they're married. Like when Nadia wants to sleep with Gregor again, she's like, I've been married for so long. But you buy that from the two of them. Like when they go and murder that couple in the park just because they said something mean to them, like, oh, I just want to kill them. No, that's what I'm saying. Let's go drink their blood and kill them. Yeah. Oh, yes, let's. Like,
well, they kill the one, don't they? Because they pick him up and you just see the blood pour down onto the girlfriend, and she just sort of stands there, and then it just comes back and goes, yeah, it was delicious, yes.
He was delicious. And just, I don't know about you, but I'm in the mood for some sexual intercourse. Just like, he just nails the whole scene.
Oh god! I think
why the fuck would you walk when you can fly? That is a quintessential Matt Berry quote, if ever there was one. He just flies off into the night.
Oh god!
I also love that he's the only one who says "bat" to turn into a bat. Like that sticks throughout the entire show. Like,
well, I also love that he thinks he needs to like a command word to do it. Everybody just kind of shakes their head like "fucking idiot."
Oh god! But I love the episode where he has to like get introduced.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go on. Oh
no, please go ahead. I'm spoiling things I shouldn't be. So you please go ahead.
Yeah, shut up.
I love the way that you're getting introduced to them, and like you've got Nadja's talking about like, you know, what she thinks of the two vampires that she's living with, Nando and Laszlo, and she goes, and Laszlo is my big crazy wild bear. We love to chase each other around the house. And then it's just a smash cut to Nadia chasing Laszlo, and him just terrifyingly running away. And you just hear her go, I want to fucking kill you.
Yeah, this is quite the strong pilot, I'd say.
Yeah, it might be the best pilot episode I've ever seen.
It's so good. So the only character we really haven't talked about, and since he is such a major part of the show, I feel we got to spend a little time talking about it, is Guillermo, the familiar.
Guillermo.
Yes.
Guillermo's storyline is... it's kind of like, after season 2, like, it's what I come back for. Yeah. What I'm excited for season 3. It's like, what is going to happen? Like...
Oh, yeah.
It's so good.
That's why
it's
so tough watching with people who haven't seen where it goes because you can't say anything.
I know. I know.
Like Guillermo's character goes on a journey.
I mean, like the line, one of the first lines of his is like, being a vampire's familiar is like being a best friend, who's also a slave.
But even like the end of the episode is so, like the guy who plays Guillermo, I don't have his name in front of me right now. He just fucking crushes.
Harvey Gulen, I think is how you pronounce his last name.
Thank you. Like the scene with the 2 wonderful years of service. 10, Master. 10? What? Okay.
He just closes the coffin.
And his present, oh my god, the glitter.
Yeah, I made you a vampire. Which is so funny because, yeah, if you've been around for almost 400 years, like 10 years will feel like 2. So
yeah.
Oh, God. It's just so clever. The whole show is so clever.
And his delivery on that is so good. Just that utter disappointment, but I can't be rude. Just 10, Master. 10. Oh, poor Guillermo.
Oh, God.
All right. Is there anything else that we want to touch on really quick, or should we move into our favorite moments of the episode?
I mean, Doug Jones plays Baron.
How do we not mention Doug Jones? Oh my God! Thank you.
Afananas.
The fucking man.
Incredible. As soon as he opened up, I was thinking, I kind of recognize like the way he was moving. Yeah. And when I looked, I was like, Doug Jones. Oh, Doug Jones. That's why I recognize it.
Yeah, when he stretched in almost like a seductive fashion. Yeah. I was like, is that Bill Nighy? And I was like, no, it's got to be Doug Jones.
And I just
because I saw the face and I was like, yeah, no, it's Doug Jones. And
it's definitely Doug Jones.
And you already mentioned it, but like he kills the familiar, and then he looks at the camera, and then there's there's a bit of like, are they filming me?
Yeah.
And it's
I
like,
love that. That's so
and the
much.
unspoken thing is, okay, they can live because they're filming me. Like, there's just the lack of hubris is just fantastic.
There was the slightest step back in the camera when he looks dead in the lens that I love.
Yeah.
It's just the tiniest little thing, but you can see the
Yeah.
camera just step back, just a hair. It's just like, oh
Like,
fuck.
I'm gonna fucking die.
And I love
I
poor
love that
Guillermo
so
just
much.
trying to hide behind Nandor, like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
I love the bit when he does drain June, and he's just grabs her head like seductive, and then just goes like straight in, and then you just hear Laszlo going, "I say, old chap, that's our familiar."
Yeah.
Yeah, oh man. I love Doug Jones in this part. When he eventually gets out of the coffin later and he has like a whole episode, he is so fucking funny in this role.
Yeah.
And like Doug Jones doesn't really get to be funny all that often. He's such a physical performer. That's not really what he's known for. But man, he can be funny.
Oh yeah, no. Well, I mean, if you think about it, like it's harder to be funny if you can't say anything, or
Yeah.
like show facial expression. And the man's in fucking full body makeup for most of his career.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean he's in the new Star Trek series at the moment in full body makeup.
Yeah, he's fantastic. I mean, he's a fantastic actor. Like you have to be in order to do character stuff. It's a given.
And
Yeah,
it's weird seeing him in real life how tall he is.
He's a big dude.
Yeah.
All right, I think we're ready for favorite moments. And Joel, I feel like we walked over your whole bunch in this thing, so I'll let you go with favorite moments first.
So, like last episode, my favorite moment and my favorite quote are two different things. My favorite moment is Nadja talking about Baron, about how they had a love affair, basically. And this show and the movie do a great part of, while they're talking, they'll show different artist renditions of these monsters and creatures. And so they'll show, like, her going through and talking about a love affair with little sequences. And then, is it Laszlo? I think Laszlo then says, like, I had a love affair with Baron.
Yeah.
And then...
And it's almost like word for word the exact same way that...
yeah, but the
Nadja
depiction is
described
just
it.
like him lying on the ground with Baron, like, standing over him. I don't know if he's shitting or what. Like, so he's spraying all over him in the depiction. And then my quote is, Guillermo's strength is his understated personality. And they're LARPing. He just goes, we take our LARPing very seriously.
Just the poor person trying to climb out of the the back room, one of the half drunk people, just like, oh, we take it very seriously.
Oh, that is so good.
So my favorite moment would be really tough to tie down for this episode because there's just so much in there. So I'm gonna go with the it's kind of a quote, kind of a moment. It's the scene with the right after the creepy paper when they're trying to check out. And Nandor just chucks a coin at the at the teller. He's like, "Did you just throw a coin at me?" Yes. And then he tries to get Guillermo to stab him, and he's like, "You're disobeying me right now. I'm noting it." It's like,
Stab this man. Stab him now.
I fucking love Nandor.
Oh, that's brilliant. That as well. The whole episode is just like you're trying to write down these moments because it reminds me of Frisky Dingo and like how packed it is with jokes.
Yeah. Drew, why don't you go next?
Yeah, it is really hard to pick a favorite moment. It's probably a toss up between, and it's the character stuff that that really gets to me. Like, but I mean, it's the first time you hear Laszlo say "bats" as he flies off, or like Colin Robinson is like, when you think of What We Do in the Shadows, like especially in the beginning, I only thought of the three of them, and then Colin Robinson, because like he's kind of pushed to the side, but as you go on, like he starts encroaching on their time more, and so he becomes a bigger part of the show in the mind. At least for me, he did.
Sure.
But every time he feeds and he just gets that, and his eyes get wide and they go blue. Like anytime that happens, because he's just like walking away, and then it cuts from his face to the person he just fed on, and they're just like, what day is it? Like when they walk in to feed on the virgins, and he's already in there, it's like they have no nutritional value anymore. And he just walks away. Like it's just like it's the characters talking about the other characters, and that's one of the big things in when you're doing dramaturgy on a character. You figure out who they are by what the other characters in the script say about them, and it runs rampant in this show because it's the interview type, like office style. So they're talking in character about everybody else. You get that, and it's in your face, and it's great. But when you actually see it like come to fruition in the character, it's that much more funny. Mm-hmm. So it's really hard to pick it's really tough to pick a favorite moment in all these. But I think that might be my favorite moment.
It's the realization. Also, the first time it happens, the realization that is how he turns into a bat. He just shouts the word bat.
Yeah, he just shouts it. Yeah, the torrential downpour of blood when they tear that dude apart in the tree. And then they're just like, well, he was delicious. Just like, bat! Like, that whole sequence is just fantastic. Also, when Guillermo goes to find the virgins, they're like, will we be able to touch the swords? And he just looks at the camera and is like, oh, you'll touch the swords. It's just fantastic.
Guillermo's got like the actor who plays Guillermo does some really good just looks at the camera as well. Like when Nando's talking about Twilight, and you just see the camera just sort of like focus on Guillermo and the look on his face.
I love like, yes, he's my master. I have to say yes, but God, it's embarrassing.
Just because you mentioned it, I was so annoyed that I forgot to mention the whole Nandor wearing glitter to welcome Baron.
Yes. Oh my God! Yeah, to welcome him. Fuck.
Matt, you haven't gone yet, right?
No, not yet. So my favorite moment is the whole sequence where you see Colin Robinson in the office, just like talking to like the way it's cut together, and like the guy falls into the toilet and it's like I need to urinate too, or whatever it is. I just think that whole sequence is brilliant because you've just got his voice over the top of it, talking like saying like, we're the most common type of vampire. You probably know a few. But my favorite line, and it's been I was looking through the ones I'd written down. It's really difficult to choose one, but I keep coming back to but it's when Laszlo and Nadia are just they're talking about when they had to leave the place, and Laszlo goes, they didn't like the color of our skin, and Nadia goes, or the fact that we killed and ate people, and then just a beat, and then Laszlo just goes, probably more that.
His timing is so good.
It's like they know when to leave a moment lingering, and it's something I always appreciate in any sort of comedy. Is like knowing when to leave the moment lingering, knowing how long to leave it lingering for.
Oh man, that scene is so. The whole episode is just so good.
Yeah.
So that's it. We've done the pilot. We've talked about it, and now we get to dive into the rest of the show, all the way through the end of season 2, and then maybe season 3. We'll see how things are going when it's coming out, and then maybe we'll even talk about Wellington Paranormal. There's so much what we do in the shadows to sink our teeth into. Huh? No one?
Ba-dum-bum-tsh.
This is the sound of my eyes rolling.
I might throw in some canned laughter there.
Be the only type of laughter that would be there.
Yeah, if you're gonna edit stuff, I actually said lack of hubris, and I meant just hubris a while back. I'm an idiot. So if you want to edit that out, go for it.
I have some bad news for you there. Anyhow, All right, let's do a quick round of plugs, and then we're going to say goodbye. So for this show and every other show on the ATH network, be sure to check out athpod.com. Behind the Hype is getting ready, and I think it's already going at this point because, you know, we record these things. Time is a weird flat circle, right? But Jackie Chan month is underway, and then I'll even announce it now because it's coming up next month. We already have the next person picked, which we never fucking done before, but we did this time. So we have Jackie Chan month, followed up by a total change of pace, Bette Midler month. And I'm kind of excited for both of them, for obviously very different reasons. But that's Behind the Hype, and then as per usual, I'll be talking about Demon Days here, but with Drew here, why would I? Drew, tell us all about Demon Days.
Hey gang, Demon Days is it's an actual play podcast. We're down to 3 tieflings now. We used to be 4. But it's our characters running through world of the DM's creation and trying to figure out what part we play in the possible end times coming up. And so yeah, come check it out. It's I think we're on a bi-weekly release right now because of COVID and everything, we had to slow down our recording sessions and people have to work. But yeah, we're hopefully at some point going to get back to a weekly release. And I should have said last week, and I didn't. If you want to hang out with me at all, come find me over on Twitch at Strength24. I usually play Phasmophobia on Thursday nights around 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And I'm part of 2 other streaming RPG shows that you can come check out as well. So hope to see you there.
Very fun. Very fun. Joel, what about you? What you plugging?
Yeah, I'm going to swap back and forth through all this. My wife and I do a podcast called Afterthoughts. It's basically turned into a book club. If you've listened to this feed, you've been subjected to one episode on The Secret, just because I know there's some crossover potential there. We've been mostly doing young adult novels that my wife or I haven't caught up on. So we're actually going to be doing The Giver next. So by the time you listen, that should be at least half done. And
you're going to watch the god-awful movie afterwards, right?
I think we might.
Have fun. That movie sucks. Matt, what about you? What you plugging?
Well, I completely ballsed up my plug for my article last week, so let's see if I can actually say the right film this time.
Wait, you right?
Stop! It's confusing. So I write articles. Throughout the whole COVID thing, the writing sort of fell off a little bit, but I'm hoping to get back into that a bit more now. I've got a much better sort of like setup and environment to try and focus on that now. So the next article, when that's actually done, will be on Michael Mann's feature debut, Thief, which is a fantastic film, and I'm really looking forward to actually writing the article. It's just finding a way to actually start it has been the thing that's the obstacle, really. All the research is done, just need to write the thing. But yeah, that'll be coming out hopefully soon. I'll probably give you an update next week on whether or not I've actually managed to do anything on it.
All right, thank you everyone so much for listening. I am so excited to continue down this insane vampire path. It's going to be a lot of fun. Tune in next week. Bye.
Later.
What?